Hey, friends. We are live on this Monday. I've got Sophia and Megan here, and we're excited to talk to you about social media. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tamika, and I teach stay at home moms how to win in life one healthy habit at a time. Megan, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Megan Gerke. I teach busy, overwhelmed moms how to grow a healthy lifestyle, one healthy habit at a time. I think you and I are very similar on our
Yes,
goals in life.
I love it. Go ahead, Sophie.
And I'm Sophie. I teach ambitious working women how to supplement their income to stress less and live more.
I love it. So if you guys aren't following us, make sure that you go to each of our pages, hit that follow button. Like you can see and hear, we all do different things, but ultimately it's to help make an impact on women's lives. And so today we wanted to go live and talk to you a little bit about social media and how it can affect us. So Megan, do you want to dive in first?
Yeah, I know we talk about what we want to cover, and this one was heavy on my heart lately because I feel like it really has been taking me down a negative rabbit hole. I mean, give me some like high fives or me's in the comments if you feel the same way. Like, how many times have we? Before I even started my social media business, I was actually going to delete. Well, my one social media account I had was Facebook because I thought all I do is see negativity. Or like when I go on Instagram right now, I feel like all I see are things that take me down this negative rabbit hole. Like you may have gotten onto these accounts because of their interest, but they maybe dive so deep into things that you're like, you know what, I just can't take this. It makes the world too heavy. And so, it kind of started getting me back to that feeling of maybe I just want to be off Instagram. But then I realized, like, you know what, we have control over that still. That doesn't have control over us. We have control over it. We choose who to let into our circle, who to let into our boundaries, and so that's something I just really think is important to talk about, that we all, we don't have to let that take over our lives. Just like I don't watch the news. I know most people will be like, what? But I don't watch the news. That creates fear and negativity in my life, and I don't need it.
I don't watch the news either. I like tell my husband, like, if there's something going on in the world that I need to know, tell me because I can't handle it. And, the same thing is true. I mean, we talk about this on multiple live videos that, like, if the first thing you do is roll over and pick up your phone and open up your social media, you're opening yourself up to possibly starting your day off on the wrong foot because of whatever you see first, whether someone's posting something negative, inappropriate, or even, sometimes it's good, but, you're just opening yourself up to that when you look at your social media first thing. And I know for me too, there are times where I'm like, I just want to delete all my accounts. I don't want to be on social media anymore. And what causes those feelings, like feelings of comparison and jealousy, make me want to like shut it off. When I see like inappropriate things, I'm like, oh my gosh, this world that we live in, like, oh, like if I'm seeing this, what are my kids seeing? Like, let's just go back to the days of like the phones with the cords, like, oh, so like those things kind of like make me want to turn off social media completely as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. I'm with you too. I don't watch the news at all. And my mom gets on me all the time because I don't watch the news. You need to know what's going on in the world. Well, if it's that important, I'll see it on social media or something. Or I don't watch the news. And when it comes to social media, I try not to follow anything that will kind of bring me down or show me the news as I open it, because it's very depressing. And the world that we're living in, just everything there's so much negativity that if you want to control what you see, and that's so with your social media, that's what you can do.
Yeah. And right now we're all live on Facebook right now. So if you're watching this right now live, it's on Facebook, but maybe you're going to catch the recording on Instagram or on a YouTube. So I'm curious, will you guys put in the comments, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, what would you say are your top 3 social media platforms? So, what do you use the most? And put them in order, 1, 2, and 3, because we want to know.
I'll while they're doing that, I'll share too. Like for me, like Facebook is my jam. Like I love Facebook, more so because I'm comfortable with it, and it is about connections. Like I'm on here to make connections and healthy connections and positive connections. And so I love that. I love that piece. One thing I wanted to add to what we were just talking about, that's kind of the thing. Like, so when you sit and you think about like, oh, I just don't want to be on here anymore. It's kind of like, why should I let that negativity take something that actually is very positive in my life when you use it for the positivity away from me? I moved to Arizona. All my family pretty much, and a lot of my friends are still back in Minnesota. Did I say I moved to Arizona? Yeah. So like for me to get off social media would cut off a whole level of communication and pictures that we share. And it's like for something and other people that are being negative to steal that joy from me, they don't get to do that. I choose. And so I just wanted to share that. Like, nobody can steal your joy unless you let it.
Right. And, we are all on our social media platforms for a reason, right? Like, that's why we're here. And so like Megan said, I was talking to my husband about this morning or yesterday, I can't remember, but we're talking about the different platforms and kind of what they're used for and why you would follow people. And we think that Facebook is mostly for connection. It's mostly for like making friends. And for those of us that are in a business, we're constantly branching out, making new friends, which I'm sure like pushes people outside of their comfort zone. Like when I first started on Facebook, I had 200 friends, and so now I've grown to over 5,000 friends and over 25,000 followers. But that's because I'm using social media. I'm using Facebook to connect with other stay-at-home moms, other teachers, other, bow hunters, other people that do roller derby, other people that are interested in the same things that I'm interested in. And I'm using it to build relationships and connections. And I mean, I didn't know either one of you, a few years ago, but because of social media and it's because of Facebook, it got us connected and it got us to be able to create that relationship with each other.
Yep, I agree.
And then Instagram, like you mentioned earlier, is for it to provide value and connections, but in that order: value, then connections. People get on there to find different things, workouts, motivational things. So, and then TikTok is for entertainment. I love TikTok. It's very entertaining, but you can go down the rabbit hole with TikTok. So you have to be also set limits with your social media as well.
Yeah. Because then you can find yourself in depression or like very unproductive, or you're like letting things that were a priority just kind of like slip through the cracks. And so, like you said, we use Instagram for more value. Like I'm following people on Instagram because they're posting really good recipes, or they're inspiring me and motivating me to work out, or they just have a good message, for me to hear. And then there are things on Instagram that I don't want to see that get thrown in my feed. And I'm like, unfollow, block, delete, and just telling the algorithms what I want to see. And that's really important.
Well, and I think we need to really hone in on what value is too. I think, it's got to give you, like I said, some joy, some education, something, you could start following somebody because at first you see value in it, meaning they educate you on maybe a subject that you want to know more about, or the recipes. But when you start like feeling like it's taking down that negative, I know we keep saying rabbit hole, but yeah, I've started following certain accounts because I love, their beliefs and all these things, but it was like all these other offshoot things I'm like, it was just getting to be too much. And I'm like, you know what? And I'm not saying they're necessarily bad, but they're bad for me. Because It wasn't value anymore. It was literally making me like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, and it was just getting to be too much. And so I had to just they had to come off. And that's where I think, remember what value is. It's something that's like adding to your life in some way, shape, or form. As simple as, you know what? I didn't know how to make this chicken recipe. That's value. Or a quote that makes you go, oh, I never thought about that. I mean, education, not fear-based something, and so that's, I think, another important thing is it is very good to get on social media, especially Instagram, for value, but when you're not like getting those things out of it anymore, it's probably not something that needs to be in that circle.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I before I started doing my business, I was so afraid to hit that block button, but now the block button has become my friend. because certain people, they will, well, you have your scammers, and then you have people who want to find, they're on there to find a lover or something, and then they comment on my page on under somebody else's what under somebody else's comment, and I'm like, this is not what this post is about. And then, you know, I hit the block button. So don't be afraid to use that block button. It works very well.
Oh, I have to tell you guys, when people come to your page and stuff. So I like made a post the other day, you know, about my beliefs in God, and somebody got on there and was saying that, you know, this is garbage, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, first I went to this person's page. We're not even friends. It's just like a random person, whatever. And, you know, and it's like, you can do what you want to do on your page, but like I'm in control of my own page. And so it was really easy for me to block her. I was like, you're not my person. And I don't need you spreading negativity on some way that I'm trying to spend positivity or give positivity. And one of my friends, she made a post for me and she said, let me know if anybody is mean to you in the comments, you know? And she said, I don't appreciate people coming to my profile and acting out. They can do what they want on their own. I don't care. I can unfollow or unfriend, but my profile is mine. And I don't appreciate being people being disrespectful to people on my page. And I was like so proud of her because I was like, you know, and it's the truth.
That's a very healthy outlook because we are on here for us. And anything we're sharing is something that is like true to us. It just like you said, there's no reason that you have to make that comment, even if it was somebody that was in your network and you were friends with. How is that helping anybody?
Right. And the thing about it is, you know, if you're going to put yourself out there and do some controversial things, I mean, you're gonna get back what you get, right? And so you have to be accepting and understand that. And you know, I always like to make sure that my page is a safe place where people can respectfully share their opinions. But ultimately, like, I get the final say. I get the final say of what I see in my newsfeed. I get the final say of what goes on my page. And that's true for everybody who is watching this. And it's just, you know, we wanted to make this video and just like remind you that you're in control and what you see does matter. And it does affect you mentally, physically, emotionally, all the ways. And so taking time to, when you're scrolling, make sure that it puts you in a good state of mind, ultimately.
And then the thing about, oh, I'm sorry, Megan. The thing about
I love it. Go.
You never know what people are going through. We live in a world that is filled with negativity, and a lot of people are struggling with whatever they're struggling with. So if you can come to my page and learn something and be uplifted, I love that. But then if I make a post and someone is putting something negative in there, then like Tamika said, this is my page. I put what I want to put on there, and I put it to uplift people. And you're not going to come here and bring my people down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, and I think that's part of that boundary thing, you know, like, I know, like, we want to give grace and show love to others, but like I teach my kids, like, you can do that and still set healthy boundaries. Like, you can, you know, however you want to do that, whether it's pray for somebody or however you want to show them kindness, but that doesn't mean you have to let them in those healthy boundaries, whether it's social media or in person. You know, easier said than done. We all struggle with it, I think, but it's about setting those boundaries. And, you know, again, you can even look at it as, you know what, it's not just about you either. If you have, you know, kids in your family, if you don't, maybe it's a spouse, whatever, like, just by doing those things too, you're also showing them like that how to set healthy boundaries.
Yeah. So a couple tips I just want to give you guys is click the 3 dots on Facebook, click the 3 dots on Instagram. You'll see block, you'll see unfriend, you'll see unfollow, you'll see snooze, you'll see your options as far as removing people who are bringing you down. But there's also the option of making sure that you see first the people who are bringing you up. And so if you know that someone consistently is posting good things that you want to see, that motivate, that inspire you to do your best, like, I love finding people who are working out every day and post, and like I click the three dots and I'm like, see first, set as favorites. So that way when I open up my page, those are the people that I'm seeing. And I'm just making sure that my goals are aligned with who I'm following on the different platforms. I'm following, the funny fitness challenges on TikTok, and, husband and wife humor that's appropriate there, and mom hacks, so then that's what I'm following on TikTok. On Instagram, I'm following for the recipes and the workouts and the motivation and the inspiration. And then on Facebook, I'm looking for people that are using social media effectively, that want to make friends, and how can we like and comment and support and lift each other up. So any last tips that you guys have?
Do you want, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, no, not really. I think we said everything. Just make sure that you are following people that are lifting you up and not bringing you down.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like I said, my whole thing was I just wanted to get on here and remind people, like, don't let other negativity be the thief of your joy, and that was something that was on my heart. I'm like, I felt like it was starting to become that to me, and thankfully I know enough to go, no. But I think a lot of people go down that, and like I said, all of a sudden they like social media, like I said, has so many more positive benefits if you allow it to be positive. It's kind of like whatever you feed is going to grow.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's a perfect way to end. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. If you found value, make sure that you smash that heart button, leave us a comment, tell us your biggest aha or what change you're going to be making in your life. And be sure that you're following us. And if you have any questions, reach out. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.